Look at me. It's about 5:09 in the morning on October the 14th. And I'm deciding to start a video log. Here, look, I'm a mess. I'm in a dressing gown. It's late or early. You know, choose whatever those you want it to be. Why am I doing this? So I just finished writing up a lot of notes. And I guess I'm not restarting, because by writing the notes, I've been restarting. I'm working on a piece of writing that I started about 3.5 years ago. And what happened with this was life happened. A lot of different things happened over the last 3.5 years. And that caused me to constantly have to delay this piece of work. And it never really stopped, but it never really started. And so what happened is, I will try and explain this now. What I've got here there's a lot of longhand notes. There's some stuff in a notebook. And there's also, I'm not going to show you my screen, this thing on my phone where I can't press the button and it switches from front to back camera. I don't know why, it just doesn't want to. Surrounded by cats, that's happening. Hi, do you want to be part of the impromptu? This is one take, it's unscripted. You don't even want to look at me. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about me. This is really difficult. I had, a couple of years back now, a friend of mine said a thing that he liked about me was that the cats are not setting the tone for this at all. Hi guys, you're right, you do that. He said that I didn't mind being vulnerable. And I don't know, it's not anything that I have ever specifically tried to be, or I just try and be, the stuff that I do, so much of my work and my writing, or whether I'm writing about games or whatever I'm doing anyway, I'm trying to get ideas across and I'm trying to communicate and connect with people, and that's only going to work if I can try and be as genuine and open as possible. And this is a piece of work that's really important to me. It's a kind of a sequel to A Year in Stardew Valley, which is something that I wrote at the end of 2016 and at the start of 2017. And that formed over months. And I wrote it, and then I had to actually re-edit it and completely rearrange that piece of work before I thought it was good. That existed in a couple of different forms. And in 2018, I wanted to write something related to that. And some other things about games, and stuff just kept happening in my life and kept interrupting my ability to do this, but this idea never went away. And so I wrote notes, and I've often got a notebook with me whenever I go anywhere. I don't usually have two cats going like manic in the early hours, but there you go. Hi, do you want to hang out? You don't. You just want to destroy my home. This is difficult because it's taken a long time and I've invested a lot of energy in this, and I've never really stopped working on it. I've been writing notes, and all the notes are like the paper I just showed you, the stuff I've just showed you. It's like, here's an idea. I need to put that idea down. I don't need to write the whole thing out. I just need to remember that idea because I know what that is. Later I'll expand upon it. Sometimes it's like, oh, I know exactly what I want to say about something right now. I can write the paragraph out now. Longhand on the move often. Also, I've done this with a Google Doc because sometimes I'm sat at my computer. So paragraphs appear, and then like some early drafts of this have appeared where I've started writing about one of the elements I want to include in this piece of work. And so my task that I just finished, which is a milestone for me, is just collecting all the notes together from the last 3.5 years, putting them all in one place so I have all of them at once, and I can find occasionally there are duplicates where I've written something the same or something similar a couple of different times because it's an idea I didn't want to lose. And you don't lose anything by doubling up. You do lose something by losing and not writing it down. And I just needed all of it in one place so that I can start parsing it, finding out the common themes, extrapolating on things, and then trying to like put it together in a narrative. Because here's the thing about writing. You can write any way that you want. And it was some time ago now that I decided that actually it's not helpful to always start the work at the start, because that might not be where your strongest idea is. And you don't always have to write the work in the order that it's going to end up in, because you're going to edit and change it anyway. And so my process as a writer in the last probably 5 or 6 years has become more and more scrappy and unpredictable. But it's also I think it's produced some better work from me. And I thought it would be interesting to document this process because it's important to me. And this piece of work, if I ever finish it, is important to me. And my objective with this is the same objective that it was with the year in Stardew Valley, is I have no idea who's going to publish this. And I don't know where it's going to end up. I don't know if anybody will like it. Maybe they won't. And that's pretty terrifying to me, because the idea that I have invested, and it's not like I've invested 3.5 years of my life, but I've invested many hours across that time, and this thing has like taken up space in my brain for that time. I've invested energy and thought and a lot of care in this. The idea that it would be bad or not work out is quite powerful. It's a bad idea. That's not an idea that I like. So I thought, okay, one thing to keep myself working on this and try and finish this is to keep a video log, keep me accountable. It'll maybe be of interest to other people to follow some of the process. This is a little vague for a first entry. All I'm going to say is I'm writing about video games, or a video game really, and life. And the intersection between those two, which is what Year in Stardew Valley was about to me. And it's what a lot of video game experiences can be about to me, because I've actually always had this thing for games that try and simulate the real world and try and simulate society or people or social interactions or a lot of that sort of stuff. It's really interesting to me how people try and do that in games. And I think in the world that we live in now, in our generation, this is as influential for younger people as, you know, our books and films were for me growing up. They give us an image of how the world could be or should be. I think some of that's rubbed off on me. So, all that to say, I guess milestone number 1 complete. I've collected what I think is everything together that I've been working on, from like single line ideas to sometimes what are several pages of an idea written out. Put it all in one document. It's about 17 pages. Which is a lot, but that's a lot of notes. So it's actually about 6,000 words worth of notes, which is kind of what I would like the final piece to be. Because if it's less, if size is not everything, and if I want somebody to publish a good piece of writing by me about video games, you know, like a video games website somewhere, I can't give them just endless guff. That's it. As you can see, I have not rehearsed or really prepared for this video log. And I'll do another one of these soon. I thought could be useful, interesting. I would like to do it. And I want to keep a track of how I've done this. And perhaps you'd be interested in the process and what I do. The other thing I'll say about this, before we reach the 10-minute mark, is I feel good about this. I feel good about having done this. Having like... It's like getting back in the water and swimming again. Let's see what happens next. Hopefully I'll have a cool update for you soon. Thanks for watching 10 minutes of me ramble while cats went crazy. What are you doing? I've got to go. I've got to deal with this.